Hello, this is Amanda Crotty. So we've done the bus scheduling app and the practice application was the inventory app. So the bus scheduling app is actually a lot more simple than the inventory app. So this is because the bus scheduling app, there's no CRUD, there's no editing or anything. And actually, the main takeaway from this practice, I think, for me, was just seeing another way to implement a database and persist that data. So I'll just go through this. So the bus scheduling app doesn't have a repository. Instead, let's see, we have an app database, um, which is directly called by the view model. Uh, what we see is the reference for the DAO. The is just called directly here in the view model. It's referenced here in the view model, and it is created from a local asset in the project. And that's just a physical database file, right? So whenever the app, it, it basically, this helps it so that if there's some kind of failure, so like with the inventory app, if my emulator, I was having some trouble with data kind of disappearing after a while. And so I learned, that the emulator can cause some hangups with maybe data corruption or context changes, um, or if there's some kind of process that just gets killed in the background. The In the inventory app, the database will just clear out, and so this way, with the database being stored in a asset, is how this app maintains like a consistent, you know, behavior and feel. Uh, so there's not any, yeah, the data is always there. It's not ever missing. So that's kind of the big difference between the inventory and this bus scheduling thing is there's no repository, there's no CRUD, there's not like multiple views. You've got the individual street view and you've got the full schedule. And that's kind of it. I don't want the preview. And so we have the full bus schedule, full schedule screen, and then a route schedule screen on one, view. So kind of a basic approach. And like I said, I felt like this exercise was just to kind of show a different way to implement a database and maintain it without any CRUD. Okay, and then I will get the inventory app up. Okay, the inventory app. I'll try to make this quick. So this one was really interesting for me, and it helped with getting used to like architecture in Android. I also this This menu is a little strange for me, but I am getting like used to. It's interesting how Android Studio makes us work. Um, I'm starting to get used to the syntax of Kotlin and everything. So, okay, this one of the main things here is this item DAO uh, database access object. Um, the items repository being an abstract interface helps with being able to access these functions, like get all items, get just an item, or these CRUD operations. Helps it so that you can actually implement a testing interface, which there wasn't really a point to in the bus schedule app, but also the the DAO wasn't implemented as an interface, so you kind of couldn't extend out into testing and like your production use. Okay, so like I said, CRUD operations you can add. Okay, you can update it in multiple ways. So create, read, update, and delete. Oh, something critical happened there. Oh boy. Hold on. My logcat didn't really show much helpful information. So I'm just going to try again. And I'm going to check. Yeah, I mean, there's an ID for everything. And I'm just going to delete, but maybe the smart thing to do. Validate, update. No, not in there. So the on delete is, my head was like, it's in edit, but it's not on the edit screen. Um, just curious. Yeah, let's just save. Okay. And then this. Sure, if we get any. Oh, I have to like restart and debug. Okay, our pointy hat is still there. If I want to delete it, are you sure? I don't remember getting this prompt last time. It just crashed before getting that prompt. And I say yes. We could step into. Make sure that runs. I mean, this is not great debugging, but it has all this. I'm just gonna resume, and it crashed again. Okay. Okay, so after a little bit of Googling, it looks like maybe this could be a race condition where the item is deleted and the UI is trying to render the state of the deleted item. Um, and as instead of going, it's supposed to navigate back, but anyway, let's just um, okay, let's just delete this. It's got all of its. I say yes. I'm used to like conditional booleans, so and then we say yes, and the item. Mm, how can we see more? Okay. Where are we? Are we on this line? And I want to step in to navigate back. Entry. So it does kind of seem like it's item. Oh, yes. Go. Okay. I think it is rendering the. It's trying to load the entry instead of going back to the main list. Okay. Let's see if this is fixed. No. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Well, still crashing. Um, I'm not sure. How would you fix this issue? Um, what I've done is set a flag here. This is, not my favorite solution. Um, the the delete function doesn't return anything, and I mean, usually in most architecture that I've worked in, usually there's like a response that we wait for from the database to determine if we should keep going. And um, in here, what I have is essentially a call to the delete query. And then because I made that call, setting a flag to true and saying, okay, that item's deleted, so that when it's being passed through, um, maybe the detail screen isn't where this should go, but because what we're actually going back to is the home screen. But anyway, the detail, and then navigate back so that we can go from the detail screen to the home screen. So I guess this is in the right place. Um, and then before we show an item, so I added this flag here before we show if an item in detail, check if it's deleted or not. And that only works, I don't know, I see that a lot with, anyways, I usually see that kind of flag for databases where we don't like actually delete something, we just record it as the user wanted to delete it, but we preserve the data. Anyway, not really finding a good solution for this. It's essentially that it's going a little too fast before the UI state for the deleted item is actually resolved, and it's trying to render an item that doesn't exist in the database anymore. Sorry for the long video, but interested in your feedback. Thank you.